All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, shut up. I'm gonna drink my Jack and Coke. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 21 of Not the Worst Podcast. We may not be the best podcast you've ever heard, but we're definitely not the worst. I am JD, and this is my co host, Anthony, and we are going to talk about gaming stuff. Hooray. Uh, first thing on the list, I guess, is Dr. Disrespect is back after taking a month long, probably more than a month hiatus after being banned on Twitch. Dr. Disrespect, one of the more famous streamers, he's been around for a long time. He's been around since the era of you have to wear funny things and dress up funny to be noticed as a streamer. And that's why he looks like that, and nobody else does. That's how old he is. And now he's back, and he's on YouTube instead of Twitch. And he streamed for the first time today, August 7th, and had a peak of 510,000 viewers at one time. And even after the peak fell off, it was still like 450,000 for the longest time. So that is a lot of people to watch you game. And when I tuned in, he wasn't even playing games. He was just sitting there talking to his chat because he didn't know what to do. I think at least this was the expectation I had, was he was planning his next move after he got banned. So I thought he was going to come back with some like grand show and like have big production value. And I don't know. I thought there would be like a musical performance. I don't know, something. But he came back. He came back to the streaming world just like every other streamer comes back from a vacation. He's just like, all right, let's do stuff. So I don't know. It wasn't as exciting as I'd hoped. Yeah. Yeah, but that's fine because I think it helped his chat engage with him because they got to tell him about all the games, because he was asking him, what kind of games should we look at and blah blah blah. And he was looking at Rogue Company and Fall Guys and all those games we've been playing. So, and he liked those, so that was cool. But yeah, he didn't even know about Rogue Company or Fall Guys. He didn't even know what the new games people were playing on the streams were. That's funny. And he said that the reason for that is because he took a month off to stay in his private house in the Bahamas. So, he was really slumming it for a while. Poor guy. Right? Yeah. True mind-bending depression I'm sure he was suffering from after being banned. Uh, He's doing something right.
I don't know who else would have achieved that. So
Yeah, no, he's a beast of a streamer. He's got a great personality, he's fun to watch. I'm not saying he's not fun to watch. I was surprised when he didn't even know how to like fix his alerts on YouTube. Like he hadn't even really done any legwork. But that's fine.
he's been quiet for 2-3 months now, and he didn't have time to mess with it.
Yeah, you think he would have like practiced on an alias or something? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. Dr. Disrespect is back. You can find him on YouTube Gaming. If that is your thing. There's still no answers, by the way, on why he was banned. He didn't answer those questions at all. Anyway, so let's move on. We got some gaming stuff to talk about. We are going to start with this I think is our coolest topic today, and I think it's pretty neat. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is adding cloud gaming. If you've never used cloud gaming before, you might have heard of Google Stadia. That's the only other major cloud gaming system out there right now.
GeForce Now.
GeForce Now, that's right. That's right. Your brother plays it on GeForce Now. So GeForce Now is another one. And basically the concept behind cloud gaming, the idea is that if it works and it's fast enough, you don't need a computer or even a console to play the best games, because Microsoft or Google or whoever will be providing the server that is your computer, right? So all you have to do is pay for the game, and then you can play it, and you can do it from anywhere as long as you. But here's the kicker: it takes a really good internet connection, like really good, like
Mm-hmm.
minimum 1.5 megabits per second or something like that, or 15 megabits per second or something like that. It's something high, something that the majority of Americans actually don't have access to.
Which is not you.
Yeah, I don't, because I have and it's fast as hell. That's my jingle.
Sure.
Sponsor me, Verizon. I'm available. But what's cool about this with the Xbox thing, I mean, there's a couple of cool things. But first of all, this is xCloud, which I remember Microsoft started this project xCloud a while ago, and everybody just assumed that it was going to be a competitor to Google Stadia. Turns out Google Stadia doesn't need any competitors because it sucks and nobody's buying it.
That's why they kept doing it for free for so long.
Yeah, that's why they're putting it out for free and things like that. But this is the other thing that's cool about this is that it's going to allow you to stream from not just your PC or your Xbox, but also from your mobile device, including Android phones, Android tablets, and stuff like that. I don't think it's going to be on Apple because Apple doesn't allow cloud gaming. They didn't allow Google Stadia either. And I don't know if that's because they're doing their own thing or they're just being jerks. But it will be on Android mobile devices.
I'm going to go with being jerks.
Indeed. And it's going to have, there's going to be over 100 games available when it launches. It's launching on September 15th. So it's right around the corner. And the other thing about this is that this is included with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, right? This isn't something new that you have to pay more for. If you've already got Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you're going to be getting this service, which is neat. It's not anything extra then. And I've said it before that I think not only is the Xbox Game Pass one of the best deals in gaming right now, it really good for users, it's good for developers, and it's going to be even bigger once all the new games launch, like Halo Infinite and all those new Xbox Series X games, because they're all coming onto the Game Pass. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Xbox, and Game Pass Ultimate includes Xbox Live, so you can play multiplayer, and it includes game for PC, I believe. I might be wrong about that one.
But I would assume it would, because I mean, even in the article you got shared, you mentioned it. It's available on Android devices. They even have adapters to hook up to your phone to hook up to an Xbox controller, so you could play without having to use this touchscreen. Yeah,
that's pretty neat. That's so cool. This is so crazy. Xbox Game Pass is going to take over gaming. Like,
it is.
It's too good to not have, especially after this launches and after they showed like 30 games or something, and all of them are going to be on Game Pass, plus all of these hundreds of games, plus all of the backwards compatible games. Like, if this keeps going, like next year, if you don't have Game Pass, people are going to look at you funny. And then they're going to need competition. Sony's going to have to do it. PC, Steam's going to have to come out with something. But that's a crazy deal. I mean, Game Pass Ultimate is their most expensive one. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure it's okay. It's only $15 a month, though.
No, that's not bad at all.
That's not bad at all. It's crazy.
It looks like you get pretty much every Halo. No, not every. You get quite a few of the Halos. You get Gears 4.
You get the Master Chief Collection. So it's every Halo.
Did I miss that? Where did
the Master Chief Collection, all the Halo Wars, Halo 5, Halo Spartan Assault, which was their crappy little turn down up top game. Yeah. You get all of that, and with the Game Pass, you can play it on Xbox, your PC, your Android phone, or through the freaking cloud.
Well, then, and get this,
$15 a month.
And it's not just like with some of these games like Gears of War and Gears of War 5. It's not just Gears of War 4 or Gears of War and Gears of War 5. It's Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which is, by the way, the original Gears of War is still the best Gears of War. And the Gears 5 is also the Ultimate Edition. So you're not getting just the baseline game. You're getting those high, expensive tiers of that game.
Yeah, some of this stuff you can literally just play. Like, this is a lot of gaming, especially if you haven't played them and you want to. It includes a lot of Like it even has Sea of Thieves in there. So we're talking about online games.
Mm-hmm.
$15 a month. It includes Xbox Live Gold. So you can play
Online and no problem.
online for $15 a month. That's that's nuts to me.
Did you buy Outer Worlds?
No,
But
because
that's
Game Pass had a deal for $1 for 1 month. So I did dollar for a month and I played Outer Worlds during that month. That's what I did.
well. That's why I brought it up, because this Ultimate is gonna include the Outer Worlds. So if there's those of you who are slow like me that haven't gotten around to playing it, it's gonna be available. Minecraft Dungeons is also gonna be
Minecraft
available.
Dungeons would be, I said when that came out that we should play that. That'd be really fun as a group. But Outer Worlds is getting new DLC soon too, so I'm assuming that'll be up there in there somewhere. Maybe not right away, but eventually. And there's a lot of games that aren't on this list. This is the list that we're looking at right now. This is the list that's on
Yeah.
Game Pass, but also is on the cloud.
I got some really cool accessories to play these too. It looks like Microsoft is making
games. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, it looks like Microsoft is even coming out with new controllers specifically for phones, and I mean, for the longest time, Nintendo's been without competition in the mobile gaming world. I don't mean like mobile as a mobile phone. I mean like mobile handheld gaming device, and this may give Nintendo a slight run for its money. Now, I don't think Nintendo will ever be beat because they got so many exclusives, like with Zelda and Super Mario, and like, so it's gonna be hard to beat Nintendo in that way. They got niche games that nobody's gonna ever really get their hand on unless they get emulators for the PC. But now Xbox is gonna enter the mobile gaming world. Sony tried a long time ago with its PSP, which was garbage. I had it for a while. And they flopped. But now you don't really have to buy an extra console to play mobile anymore. You can just have everybody has a smartphone, so all you have to do, if you can play, you can probably play with your touchscreen, which is probably gonna get annoying with a lot of these games. And then if you're good with that, then it looks like probably because you can use a regular Xbox controller, you just got to buy the adapter. So probably most $60, and you got a controller for a mobile platform. So
yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I'm telling. We talked about it last week, and we were talking about how Xbox doesn't seem to care too much about their console with the lack of exclusives and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, they might not win the console war. They are winning this war, the software war. They are becoming Android to Sony's iPhone, right? Sony is the closed off ecosystem that you have to buy into, and then you have to get stuck with if you want it. But Microsoft is becoming Android. They're going everywhere, and you're going to be able to play them anywhere. And you're not even listening to me.
I am listening.
I'm just kidding.
But I'm not the important one to listen. It's the viewers that are listeners.
I think this is crazy to me. I mean, it's nuts. I don't know why it just seems nuts to me.
Because it is nuts. Because you're going to get games. Crackdown 3, which is still not out yet, is going to be one of the games included. So
I think Crackdown 3's out.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's out. I'm pretty sure it's been out.
I know my brother's been waiting for that forever. There's no way it's out already, because Terry Crews
the game was released on 2019. Game was released in February 2019. Yeah.
We love that. And Terry Crews has got a character in Crackdown 3, so that's a reason to get Game Pass Online.
Yeah, Terry Crews, right. Yeah, that was the Terry Crews version of Crackdown. Yeah, that was an older game. I never played it because I had moved on from Xbox by then. But now that if I get Game Pass Ultimate, I could play it on my PC. So
did you even see that it's not just Sea of Thieves, it's Sea of Thieves Anniversary Edition?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's awesome. What do you don't play music on my website? Stupid autoplay ad. Well, I mean, have a small music bit of an autoplay ad on the podcast.
Awesome. But yeah, you guys are gonna, and like JD said, this is just a small list of the games they have available. We'll have the links in the description. I'll see if I can find the complete list and share it when I post it on YouTube. And
this is
so that way
cloud-based games, and then there's all of the Game Pass games that are also included, which is just a crap ton more.
And then one of the things I like about this article, I don't know if you remember this game at all. They said it sounds like it'll be a good time to finally finish Rise Son of Rome. That was the first game to be released on the Xbox One when it came out. It's not a bad game, but it kind of just died.
but it was supposed to be a title game, and
It
it was pretty
was.
disappointing as a title game. But as a game on its own, it was fine, and I know a
It
lot of people
was.
enjoyed it. Yeah,
I actually wouldn't mind getting back into it. It's actually a lot of fun.
yeah.
It's nothing groundbreaking. It's not amazing, but it was fun to play.
It reminds
Mess
me
around.
of. Do you remember when the 360 came out? Hold on, I gotta look it up now. Yeah, 360 came out. There was a game called Cameo Elements of Power. Do you remember that game? That was also a title game
I
for the
think.
Xbox 360, and
I
I
think
remember
so.
playing
Yeah.
it going, "This is a fun game. I really like this game." But it got panned, like, people hated it because it's supposed to be a title game, and it was just meh. Like, it wasn't
It's
like,
supposed to be
you know?
the reason why you
Yeah,
wanted to buy the console. That's what it was supposed
exactly.
to.
Yeah. But I think
But
we've
that
gotten
worked out.
past that at this point. I think we all kinda realize that getting really great games to line up exactly with the launch of a console is just really hard.
It is, even with PlayStation to a point. I mean,
Yeah.
they have some, but they're not like they used to be.
Yeah. And that's fine. Whatever. Okay. Let's move
Which is a
on.
good.
Let's
I would say,
We're good,
which is a
right?
good segue to our next topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Since we're moving on to PlayStation. Do you want to talk about this or do you want me to kick this one off?
sure. So I don't even know if the other PlayStations did this, but the PlayStation 4 controller is supposed to be able to work on the PlayStation 5. However, that's only for PlayStation 4 games. It's not going to work on your PlayStation 5 games, which I mean is not a huge deal because every console is going to come with one controller. But if you're hoping to use your PS4 so your buddy can play with you on a PS5 game, not going to happen.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and it's kind of cool that they're making the accessories backwards compatible. Um, because yeah, I don't think that's ever happened before. Usually that it's a complete redesign, but the ports aren't changing and the technology is not really changing that much. It's still
No.
like the Bluetooth stuff, it's still USB powered. So there's no real reason to not make stuff like that compatible. Now that we've gotten into this point of technology where everything's kind of universal, uh, there's no real reason to not do that. So it's really cool that they're doing that. Um, it does kind of suck that it won't work on newer games
I'm
because
not
then
sure
you're gonna
why.
feel obligated to buy one.
You know what? I do know why. It's
Um,
Sony. They want you to buy new PS5 controllers. They don't want you to just rely on your old PS4 controllers. If they do that, they lose money. So
well, the blog says that the new PS5 controllers are going to have capabilities and features that the newer games are going to take advantage of, and so that's why. But that's so vague. It doesn't really say anything. It doesn't really
which
tell you that there's a good reason.
it makes sense. I mean, yeah, that's vague on exactly why, but Sony has always tried to push the controller.
Yeah.
But actually, I'm not going to say that because unless they do something breakthrough this time around, what it seems like is Sony waits to Xbox and Nintendo release their things, and all of a sudden their controllers, like the motion sensing that the controllers have in the Dual Shocks. The Wii came out with that first, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden Sony's like, "Oh yeah, we could do it too." And then Xbox had something else with their controller, I can't remember. And Sony's like, "Oh yeah, we could do it too." So it wasn't really breakthrough. They just tried. It looked like they tried to combine the best of both worlds with the Nintendo and Xbox console. Now the Nintendo had a lot more to offer with this controller than the Xbox's. Xbox is just, hey, you don't really need anything fancy. You probably just want to play the game, so here you go, have a controller. So,
Which makes it one of the better controllers
yeah,
because they don't do anything fancy. I like the Xbox controller.
agreed.
Yeah, for
I'm,
exactly that reason. They don't put a bunch of random crap you're not going to use. They just give you your triggers and your buttons and tell you to go to work.
but Sony's got something going on with the PlayStation 5 controllers that's going to be amazing. I see a really big, looks like microphone area above the Sony symbol on the PS5 controller, but I don't really need to yell into my controller. I got a
Yeah.
headset.
I wonder what
So-
the deal is with that. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. That'll be maybe it's a speaker. So maybe you
It's
get like a weird like
feedback
surround
sound. Yeah.
kind of thing or something. I don't know. But anyway,
Yeah.
one of the neat things is not just the controllers, but most of your PlayStation 4 stuff is going to continue to work. The one thing I was wondering about immediately when I saw this was is PlayStation VR going to keep working with PlayStation 5? Because that's an expensive buy-in to not have it work on the new generation. But the good news is that it will work. You will be able to keep using your VR, your racing wheels, your arcade sticks, fight sticks, and all that kind of stuff. It's all going to work. It's just that the DualShock 4 controller is
Will
not going to
not.
work with games built around the
Mhm.
DualShock 5. That's it. So the other accessories working, I think, is pretty neat. As far as I know, Xbox hasn't said anything about their stuff working.
As
Definitely the controller won't work.
as we talked about though with the Xbox, they seem like you said, and with the Game Pass, it looks like they're going more of the software route, and they're not as much worried about the hardware and games itself.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, had they even released what the new Xbox controllers are going to look like yet? I know I've seen the console. I don't know if I've seen the controllers. So they may not be doing a whole lot. And honestly, you guys may be thinking, why you guys like this focus on controllers? But controllers tend to make and break a console depending on the people you're trying to cater to. Like JD said, he prefers the Xbox controller, but I'm sure most PlayStation players said they would prefer the PlayStation controls. But me, like, there's a friend of ours, Brando. I think he prefers PlayStation controllers. I've never really enjoyed the PlayStation controllers, but that's just me. And we started our first console outside the Sega Genesis was a PlayStation, the original PlayStation. So it's not like I hate them or anything. And we bought PlayStation. I had a PlayStation up to PlayStation. Well, my brother bought the 2 and 3, but I played on PlayStation up until the 3. So
Yeah, I had a PlayStation 3. I never got the PlayStation 4. And I won't probably be getting the PlayStation 5. But that's fine. You know, it is what it is.
okay, so apparently they did announce, according to these, Xbox Series X will be compatible with Xbox One controllers. So the new, so they're doing the same thing too.
Okay.
That's according to Hyperbeast. I don't know who they are. I haven't really, but that's according to Hyperbeast.
Sure.
So it sounds like, at least with the controllers, it sounds like Xbox is going to do the same thing. I don't know. And that's actually going to give Microsoft the edge because they don't do anything fancy with the controllers. So they can probably still work with the Xbox Series X games because, and then for us PC gamers who have those few games, or some of us play with all their games, prefer controllers, that means you'll be able to, no matter what control, if you get an Xbox One X or Xbox One controller, you're going to be able to play on the Series X, your PC, and the Xbox One. So, and if you look at, again, I don't know how true these images are, but they look just like the Xbox One controllers, with the exception, it looks like there's a new button in the middle, and the D-pad is more circular and flush. It's not the plus sign anymore. So that I don't know how legit that it is. I haven't looked into it, but maybe we can look into it later at another time.
Yeah, we can follow up later.
But if Xbox is truly going to do where their Xbox One controllers are going to work with the Xbox Series X, again, with the fact that Xbox tends to go so plain with their hardware, they probably will be compatible with Xbox One X or Series X games, where PlayStation, yeah, you can use the PS4 controllers and peripherals, but if you're going to the PS5 games, you're going to lose that ability. You're going to have to make sure you stick with the PS5 controller.
Yeah. So that's interesting. And it's interesting that Xbox is doing something similar.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of just tells you how consolidated our technology has been over the last few years. Like everything's using the same technology. We're not really improving. Like USB is here to stay, right?
Yes.
USB is USB and it's not going anywhere. And now that everything uses USB, you can keep it compatible for years to come, which is great. I think that's fantastic.
With the exception of iPhone, because they still refuse to play the game with everybody else.
Yeah, but even iPhone, they've had to bend the knee a little bit. They've got USB stuff on some of their tablets, and
That's
probably
true.
in the new generation of iPhones, they're probably going to be converting to USB-C. So,
well, like
matter of time, I think.
My wife's tablet uses USB-C because she's like, I don't have a charger for my tablet anymore. I was like, well, what does it look like? And she showed me, and it's like, my Android has that. Well, so here you go. So they have bent the knee a little, but for the longest time, they refused to play along with everybody else.
The lightning port was crap. I mean, the original lightning port, the 30-pin giant connector, and it could only go one way in the thing. That was the worst.
It was
At
the
least
absolute worst.
Improved it. But yeah. So yeah, they're bending the knee. Everybody is. Everybody's gonna be USB-C before long. But anyway, okay. Let's move on.
It will reunite this world, and this world needs to be united. All because of USB-C.
I reiterate. Let's move on. Idiot.
All right, so I'll let you do this one because it's quite stupid, and I can only imagine what you got to say about it.
Yeah, this one's dumb. This one is from Kotaku East, which covers Eastern culture in Japan and stuff like that. And it's about gaming masks. As you all know, there's a lot going on in the world, and you're supposed to be wearing masks even if you don't want to. Masks help protect others from your spit and prevent the spread of the virus. But masks can be uncomfortable. I don't think there's any denying that. I have glasses. Nobody hates glasses or masks more than people who wear glasses, because the moment you put that crap on, it fogs up your lenses.
You can't see anything.
And masks are not fashionable, right? Like the ones I have are just the blue hospital masks. But they do have, people are out there like putting their favorite teams on there and stuff. One company is making gaming masks, and they're gaming masks because they're RGBs. They have LEDs inside them that light up different colors. That's stupid. So I guess if you want to walk around with lights flashing on your face like a Razer mouse or your mechanical keyboard, you can get one of these masks. But what's even dumber about these masks is that they aren't they're not designed like like the face masks we wear. They're not designed to prevent the spread of COVID or to even hold back your spit or anything. They're not even allowed to call them masks. They're technically called mouth covers. So they recommend you wear an actual mask underneath the light up mask. Like if you thought one mask was uncomfortable, two masks would be worse.
It's obvious to us because we're not most people in this world, or I'm specifically this country. Because, I mean, even if you look at the picture of this article from Kotaku, the black one, just because it's got a black background, so it's easier to see through it, you can actually see through the mask. If you look at the upper right, you could see behind it, and that's kind of, I mean, this is clearly a fad. Maybe if you're a streamer and you want to look different, you can put this on and stream because you're not trying to protect anybody at that point because you're by yourself. So
yeah.
But if you're looking to wear this to protect yourself out in public and look different, you better double mask because you're gonna be just as effective as the people that take their t-shirts and pull it up over their face, because the t-shirts are just as ineffective. Or that lady that apparently cut a hole in her mask because she could breathe better.
That was so stupid. That was a stupid video. Yeah, and so these masks come with a filter that you can replace, but the actual mask itself you can't wash. You can't do anything with it. It's not disposable because it cost you $30, and it's not washable, so you can't clean it, which is what you're supposed to do with a mask after you wear it. Like, it loses its effectiveness when you don't. So the whole, it's just really stupid. Obviously, it's just decoration, and it's kind of a faddish kind of, if you're a super nerd and you want to wear this around town, I guess. It's just really dumb.
But the worst part about this that makes me really, really sad is I can see this in certain parts, at least of this country, this taking off. And we're gonna end up seeing eventually, if word gets out about these masks, especially on I don't know if this is the correct term, so hopefully, well, I'm not gonna say it because it may end up being offensive. And I probably didn't know this. The people that are really into anime culture and really into Japanese culture. Weebs. Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I wasn't sure if that was offensive or not. Weebs.
No, I think they've embraced it at this point.
So the weebs, they'll probably be all over this immediately when it gets more mainstream, and I'm sure you're gonna see them out there because you already got the ones with like the Hello Kitty mask and all that other the different anime things going on with them. There's a YouTuber I watch. He does mainly War Thunder, and he actually has his mask designed to look like the intake of a fighter jet. So, I mean, people do different weird things where they're, he promises you good airflow so you can breathe easy through them.
Wow.
He's joking, but the sad thing is people are going to take him seriously. So,
yeah. People are dumb enough.
And that's my point behind this. People are going to wear these without the replaceable matte filters, and they're going to think they're fine when they're not. It's going to give you a false sense. Yeah, false sense of security. I mean, they look cool.
I agree.
I think the biggest use and the best use for them is, like I said, if you're a streamer trying to look different, have a different look, and you want to wear an RGB mask while you stream, knock yourself out because it looks like you can breathe through them pretty easily if you take out that replaceable filter. So if you want to do your part and do like a PSA for COVID and say, hey, look, I'm wearing a mask too, just make sure you let everybody know that these don't work, so don't use these masks. Knock yourself out. Make yourself look different. But if you're looking to actually protect yourself from the virus itself, you're going to have every medical profession in the country shake their head and hang it low and give up what little hope they may have left for people to actually do the right thing. So,
yes.
So
that is correct, sir.
it's and I appreciate Jay doing this one. It's a little fun one. We're probably not going to spend too much more time on it, but I mean,
I do appreciate talk about stupid things in the world every now and then.
It is, and to make fun of the situation, because I mean, if you don't make light of what's going on to a point, obviously be respectful and not offensive. You're gonna get depressed and sad and angry, so you gotta have fun with it sometimes. Sure. And making fun of an RGB mask is not the worst thing you can do. No, it does give me a little flashback and make me miss my old Japan days, because at the very bottom of the article, priced at 2,970 yen at $29. So I remember the days my wallet was full of yen to go to Starbucks near Manju's and Red Dragon.
Oh, near Manju's. Yep.
So.
All right. Well, that's it. And that's it for our topics today. Do you have an outro? Anything you want to talk about?
It's JD's birthday. Y'all want to sing happy birthday with me?
Thanks for listening to our podcast. It is my birthday. August 7th is my birthday. Please don't sing.
Okay. I want to keep viewers, so I'm not going to sing, because I guarantee.
Yeah, that's right. Don't scare off whatever few viewers we actually have.
I don't want to cause ear bleed either, especially if they're wearing headphones. So,
yeah. Anyway, all right. So if you want to get in contact with us, you want to talk to us about these topics that we talked about, you want to give us new topics to talk about next week, or you just want to hang out and say, hey, you can contact us with our Twitter accounts that are always in the episode, and you can use hashtag NTWP. We check it regularly for anything new. And that's how we will keep this podcast going through the future.
I have one more thing to add.
Other than that, we're not going to let Anaconda speak anymore. So
this is going to help the podcast.
Okay.
I was just going to say, if you actually enjoyed this podcast, please share the link out, get the word out. We do have it on all major podcast platforms. And like I said, except with the exception of this week, is we stream every Wednesday, 8 p.m. I was coming back from Alabama and didn't get home till almost 10 o'clock at night. So the podcast was not going to happen. And something came up with me last night. So we had to do it tonight, which is unfortunate for JD. So.
Yep. Podcasting on my birthday. But no, it's fine. Yeah. Please share the link if you like this podcast. That's good piece of advice, because word of mouth is pretty much the only way it's going to spread.
Exactly.
So, all right, we will check you guys next week with episode 22. Thanks for listening.
Bye.